America runs on Dunkin.
Oh my gosh, hello my lovelies, how are you all doing? I hope you have all been well. If this is your first time here, my name is Amy and I'm a cruelty-free makeup enthusiast. And today we have the most unnecessary collaboration in makeup history that I am absolutely so excited to try out for you guys today. This is the e.l.f. Duncan Collection. My gosh, we have a sponge. The packaging. Kids, these are the eyeshadows. It looks like when you buy a dozen donuts. We have a putty primer here as well that's supposed to smell like a glazed donut. We have the coffee lip scrub, and we also have the Glazed for Days lip gloss set in pink and orange. Now the New Englander in me was like, because as a New Englander, if you're in our area in the States, I have to tell you, Dunkin is pretty much like every few miles down the road. On the road I live on, if you just took a turn out here and you followed the road down for about 30 minutes, you'd probably encounter about 5 different Dunkin' Donuts. I've got my almond milk latte right here. I have my mermaid straw that I'm absolutely obsessed with this brand. Not sponsored, but this is super cool. It's a kaleidoscopic, I don't know how you would say that properly, straw that you can kind of fit in your bag, and then it opens up and you have a reusable straw. Let's go into the primer first. And it actually looks like a little box with your mobile order on it. So this is a tried and true formula for me. I absolutely love their putty primer, and it's in the same shape as the other ones. I do have their normal one, and then I have their cookies and cream one. That was the only thing from their cookies and dream collection that I got. It smells like Oreos, and this one's supposed to smell like a glazed donut. So this is what it looks like up close. Let's open it up. It actually smells like a glazed donut. It's not too overpowering, but that's very pleasant. I'm going to take out my e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. This has a little scoop end on here, and it's just easy to pick up the perfect amount of product, and then you can distribute on the face, and then just blend it out. And this is yellow tinted, so I'm curious if it just blends out or not. Let's see how it goes. I feel like I look slightly illuminated because I feel like there's a tiny bit of reflect to my skin. Is there mica in it? Let's look. So I'm not seeing it. I think the yellow tint of this just helped reduce a little bit of that redness, but that was very interesting. So I already know I love this primer. I think it feels really good on the skin. Let's go into the foundation. I'm gonna use the sponge. This is the most unnecessary thing, but the most adorable thing I've seen. It just looks like a little to-go container. Oh my gosh, I can't. It's so cute, but I'm kind of wondering how to use this. I saw Michaela use the side of the sponge, and when she blended it out, it blended her face out really, really quick. So let me go wet this and let's see how much bigger this sponge gets. It's huge. It's like, look at it next to my face. This is so much fun. Okay, and I also I love that there's a hole in it.
I spoke in the car about the hole at the center of this donut. And what you and Harlan did that fateful night seems at first glance to fill that hole perfectly. A donut hole in a donut's hole. But we must look a little closer. And when we do, we see the donut hole has a hole in its center. It is not a donut hole, but a smaller donut with its own hole.
I've got my foundation mixed up. Let's just see how this goes. This looks ridiculous. I'm surprised that this is making me laugh so much, but okay, blend. I see you. I think that was the fastest I've ever blended out my foundation in my entire life. So it's not the easiest thing to hold, but it was really fast because of how big this is. So that was really funny. I think it's totally unnecessary, and I'm kind of curious as to how I would get like crooks and crannies with using this sponge. I just don't think it's possible, but there's part of me that just really wants to try that out. So I think we should try to do that. I'm gonna take just a bronzer, a cream bronzer, and just see how this sponge does with like a bronze contour. Let's see if this blends out with ease like it did the foundation. This, of course, is going to be difficult because I could squeeze the sponge, but I'm not going to get like that. That just felt silly. But it did blend it out. I feel like you're just going to get a lot more of a blurred out effect with this. You're not really going to get any kind of precision. Let's go into the lip scrub. I completely forgot to go into that first. It smells so good. It smells like fresh ground coffee beans, which is in this formula. Oh yeah, you could get a really good exfoliation with this. I can definitely like see myself using that in the future because my lips are really exfoliated and smooth right now. That feels really good. And I like that you could just pop this in your bag and use it whenever. Now moving on to the Glazed for Days lip glosses. They're on little keychains, which I think is super cute. This reminds me of the late 90s and the early aughties so much because we had lip glosses like these. I think I want to go into the pink one. So these are a very sheer formula, but they look very shiny. I don't know if this is something that I would be crazy about. I haven't used a lip gloss formula like this in a really long time, but I think it looks really cute and these are very fun. Let's go to what I think is the next star of the show, and these are the eyeshadow palettes. So you could only buy them in this set. Actually, I really wanted to only get the pink one, which is the Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles, and the Boston Cream one, which is the brown and yellow, but that is okay. I got them all. You can mix match them all together, and this really does look like the packaging of when you get a dozen donuts. This one is the Chocolate Frosted with Sprinkles. This is the Boston Cream, and then this is the Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles. Hi. Thank you. We have a visitor. I'm going to prime my eyes really quick. So I do have to admit that I do enjoy the e.l.f. eyeshadow formula, but it's not my favorite. I do think these little quads are a little overly hyped, but I think for $4 per quad, that's a really good deal. Together, this was $12. So, you know, I wish I could have bought these separately, but that is okay. So I'm going to go into Boston Cream first, and I'm actually going to use this white highlighter shade as an actual highlight on my face. And this has like a little bit of yellowish gold reflex in it. So I think it makes for a really pretty highlighter. I'm going to go into Strawberry Frosted with Sprinkles. I'm going to go into this first matte shade in the palette. I will put this in my crease. That is a subtle color. I'm disappointed in that shade. There's like barely any pigment to it, but that is okay. We're just laying down a shade just to get some transition going. Let's go into Boston Cream again. I'm going to take this matte brown and we're going to deepen the crease with this. Oh dear. Okay, so what should we go into next? There are some really beautiful colors in this Shimmer palette here. And then this one at the far end, I'm actually very interested in. It's very rough. It's not a smooth formula. Let's see how this goes on the lid. Oh, that's a pretty shade. Very pretty. I'm going to take the shimmery yellow in this Chocolate Frosted with Sprinkles palette. I'm going to put this on the inner corner of the eye. Oh, that's super pretty. I really like that. Let's go into the matte yellow from the Boston Cream palette. And I'm going to put this underneath the lower lash line. Okay, that color is a little bit dull too. I see it, but I feel like this yellow matte would be much prettier just on the lid. I'm also going to play with e.l.f.'s Big Mood Mascara. I have had this actually in my to try bin for a very long time, and I just never got to testing it out. So this is the final look. Alrighty friends, so let's talk about kind of my first initial impressions, reactions, how I think things look. So I think, again, packaging totally on point. I think this is absolutely adorable. The theme, just the attention to detail. It is Dunkin, from the colors to the font. I think it's a really great idea. One thing that I absolutely love is the coffee lip scrub in Original Blend. I think it smells good. When I wiped it away, I felt like it was so moisturized without being too messy and crumbly and all that kind of stuff. It was really easy to wipe away. So I think this is a really helpful tool to have, and I really like it. So I can see myself definitely using this on the daily. Let's talk about the glosses. I think the glosses are cute, but I kind of regret buying them. The type of gloss that this is it has color, but it's kind of sheer, but the color is kind of patchy in certain areas. I see that it has like more coverage in certain places. However, I do think if you are a huge Dunkin fan and you do like a really subtle gloss, I think this is a very cute idea. Or if you have someone that's younger, like a teenager, preteen, or even a little girl, like I think this would be, or a little boy for that matter, I think that this would be so cute to give to them. And I think it's an adorable concept, but I'm just like, how much am I going to reach for these, you know? I will try these out a little bit longer though. I will try these throughout the week. I'll come back and give you, you know, final thoughts in another video. Let's talk about the sponge. The sponge is hilarious. I think it's really, really fun. That is the fastest I think I've ever blended out my foundation, and it doesn't look patchy or streaky. So I think it was fun. I could only see this as using for a base product though. I wasn't too crazy about how it blended out the contour or the blush or anything like that, but I do think this is really fun. Is it a need? No. However, if you want to have a lot of fun with this sponge donut, I think it's a really good time. Let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes next. I'm not crazy about them. I think some of the shades are very, very subtle. If they're not showing up on me, I can't imagine how they would show up on someone with a deeper skin tone. I think that this palette here, the Chocolate Frosted with Sprinkles, these are more topper shades, and I do have to say that they look really, really pretty. And there was minimal fallout with these as opposed to these other ones. There was a bit more kick up with the mattes, which kick up doesn't bother me, but there was a lot of kick up for no pigment. I didn't try all the shades, so again, I'll keep you apprised, but I think this one's really fun for the toppers because this beautiful shade that I have on my lid, it's like yellow and a little bit of green and gold, and then the yellow here is like this beautiful pop of yellow with gold on the inner corner that I think is quite stunning. Alrighty, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions using the e.l.f. x Dunkin' Donuts collaboration. This was so much fun. I'm going to continue drinking my latte, eat a donut, and then go on about my day. I hope that wherever you are, that you're staying safe, and remember to comment a little peach emoji if you made it this far, because you are sweet as a peach. I would love to have you join the Sweet Peach fam here on YouTube. And until next time, my friends, remember to stay compassionate and chic. Bye!